Rolie dried and redressed himself as he assessed his situation. He couldn't report the theft because he would have to describe the items that were missing. Even reporting the theft of the expensive laptop was too dangerous. The computer was strictly for his Sissy collection, packed to the gills with embarrassing material that he didn't want to be publicly associated with. Even starting the computer revealed a homoerotic Sissy kiss desktop wallpaper covered with shortcuts to Sissy porn. He was going to have to investigate this himself, but where to start? Rolie put his room back together and carefully locked the door when he left. He walked to the barracks' public reception area where a PFC was sitting behind a counter reading the stars and stripes. He quickly dropped the military newspaper and stood at attention for the lieutenant. Rolie asked if there were visitors here for him this morning. "Yes, sir," replied the PFC. "I was in the head though when this was left on the counter for you." The PFC turned and plucked a plain white sealed envelope from the lieutenant's mail pigeonhole. Rolie took the envelope from the PFC and left the building reading it. The printed contents were chilling. "You realize by now that we know your dirty little secret. If you haven't been to your quarters, we now have your dirty and perverted little playthings. Go check if you don't believe us. We have you by the balls, but do you know why? You have tormented us for years and now it is our turn to return the favor. We respect the chain of command, but you have abused your authority far too long. During our years of serving with you, you took every excuse you could to publicly humiliate us, belittle us, mortify us, and shame us. You will soon learn what it means to be treated like an embarrassing stain, like you have treated us. Should you try to resist, or to expose us, then we will expose you right back in spades, so you had better keep your mouth shut and follow instructions." The second page was even more jarring. It was an inkjet printout of various photos of him in the laundry at night trying on the borrowed lingerie of the WMs. They had their OWN peephole. Some of these pictures were a couple months old. They had been planning this for a while. The first picture was him from the side wearing yellow nylon panties with a lace waistband, a bra stuffed with panties, a WM cover and pumps. He was holding a teddy bear which he was rubbing against his tiny sissy boner. The next picture was from the rear. He had on a full WM uniform with the skirt hiked up, his panties down and a large rubber roller removed from an ironing machine lodged deep in his ass. The last picture was from the front. He was wearing soft-colored pink panties and a matching bra. His face was crunched into a hard grimace because he was committing unforeseen acts into a WM's uniform shoe. At the bottom of the second page are instructions. He is given a location of a bag which he is to retrieve. He is to acquire the bag which contains a girl's baby bonnet, red lipstick, and a stuffed animal, then go to a prescribed address on the base by a specified time and wait. While he sits there he will apply the lipstick, wear the bonnet and hold the stuffed animal on his lap. He is to receive further instructions once he is there. This can't be happening, Rolie thought. I won't survive this. Smedley Butler will appear in a puff of smoke and tear my lungs out with his bare ghostly hand. He couldn't desert, that would mean prison time at Leavenworth. He couldn't report this, there was devastatingly incriminating evidence that will be brought to light, the same evidence that would be used if he didn't obey his tormentors. He just had to play along for now, looking for his escape route ad hoc and hope for the best. The dashing young lieutenant located the bag hidden behind a dumpster and proceeded to his rendezvous point. Unfortunately, the designated location was a busy bus stop outside of the WM barracks area. Rolie sat down and opened the bag and peered inside. He took out the lipstick and smeared some on his lips in the clumsy fashion of a man. It was bright red like a fire engine. The taste of it was erotic though, and he felt his iddy tinky stir. Next he removed the bonnet and cringed. It was an adult baby bonnet, pink and lavished with lace. Across the front of the bonnet over the little lace bill was embroidered the words, "Prissy Sissy." He donned the bonnet and prayed for a lightning bolt to strike him. He glanced at the sky and dejectedly added, "Out of the blue." Lastly, McManley removed the stuffed animal. He was starting to think that he couldn't go through with this, but the dress-up pictures of him in his pocket were just the tip of the iceberg, he knew. He was guilty of much more than that. The stuffed animal was a large pink bear that was dressed up like a baby girl. It was of course over the top. It had blonde curly mop hair with large colourful ribbons streaming from it. It wore a baby bonnet to match Robin's. It had a hot pink camisole of lace and flowers and a gigantic diaper covered with pink rustling plastic panties, the back of which had row upon row of white and baby blue ruffles. Rolie sat it on his lap as per his instructions.